What if the symptom you brushed off this morning is the exact reason some people over 70 never make it home from the hospital? That sounds dramatic. But here's the truth most adults over 65 believe. If it were serious, I know. You assume a heart attack looks like crushing chest pain. A stroke looks like someone collapsing. Internal bleeding looks obvious, loud, unmistakable. But after 70, the body doesn't always scream. Sometimes it whispers, and those whispers are where the danger lives. According to the CDC, adults 65 and older account for more than 60% of hospital admissions in the United States. Not because they are fragile, but because aging changes how emergencies show up. The warning signs become subtle: a little dizziness, mild confusion, unusual fatigue. You think it's just age. Let's rewind. In early adulthood, your nervous system reacts fast. Pain signals are strong. Heart rate spikes dramatically under stress. If something is wrong, your body overreacts. That's protective. Then in your 40s, things start shifting quietly, blood vessels stiffen. The American Heart Association reports that nearly half of adults over 40 already have some degree of cardiovascular disease. Even if undiagnosed, nerve sensitivity begins to dull. You don't notice it, but your internal alarm system is recalibrating. By the time you reach 70, the shift most people ignore is this: serious conditions often present atypically. Research published in major geriatric studies shows older adults are significantly more likely to experience silent heart attacks and unusual stroke symptoms. The breaking point comes when a subtle signal gets dismissed one too many times. So let us talk about the 7 warning signs that mean you should go to the hospital immediately. Not tomorrow, not after a nap. Immediately. Number 1. Sudden confusion or extreme drowsiness. If someone over 70 becomes disoriented, can't answer simple questions, or seems unusually sleepy, that is not just getting older. It can signal stroke, infection, internal bleeding, or severe electrolyte imbalance. Sepsis in older adults often begins with confusion, not fever. And sepsis kills nearly 270,000 Americans each year. The cause and effect is clear. Immune response weakens with age. Infections spread faster. The brain reacts early. Confusion is often the first red flag. Number 2. Chest discomfort that feels mild, tight, or like indigestion. Here's the twist. Many heart attacks in seniors do not present as crushing pain. They show up as pressure, jaw discomfort, nausea, or unexplained fatigue. According to the National Institute on Aging, older adults are more likely to delay seeking care because symptoms feel different. Origins: decades of plaque buildup starting in your 20s, quiet arterial narrowing in your 40s. After 70, a small clot can completely block a stiffened artery. The fallout of waiting can mean permanent heart damage. Number 3. Sudden shortness of breath without clear cause. If you're sitting and suddenly feel like you cannot catch your breath, that could be a pulmonary embolism, heart failure, or severe pneumonia. The CDC reports that hospitalization rates for heart failure increase sharply after age 65, and shortness of breath is often the earliest signal. The failed fix seniors try: sitting down, waiting, blaming it on being out of shape. That delay can cost critical minutes. Number 4. Weakness or numbness on one side of the body. You've heard of fast for stroke, face drooping, arm weakness, speech difficulty. Time to call 911. But here's what many don't realize. Stroke symptoms in older adults can include sudden balance problems or vision changes without dramatic paralysis. Stroke remains a leading cause of serious long-term disability in the United States. Every minute a stroke goes untreated, nearly 2 million brain cells die. That's not exaggeration, that's biology. Number 5. Severe abdominal pain that appears suddenly. After 70, abdominal aortic aneurysms, bowel obstructions, and gallbladder infections are more common. The pain may start dull and then escalate quickly. According to National Hospital data, older adults have higher mortality rates from delayed abdominal emergencies. Origins trace back decades. Smoking history, high blood pressure, plaque buildup. Then one day, the vessel wall weakens enough. Number 6. Uncontrolled bleeding or black, tarry stools. Internal bleeding can happen quietly. Blood thinners, which many seniors take. Increase risk. A small ulcer can turn serious fast. Black stools often indicate upper gastrointestinal bleeding. Waiting can lead to shock. And number 7. Sudden severe headache unlike anything you've felt before. This could signal a brain bleed or aneurysm rupture. Older blood vessels are more fragile. The shift after 70 includes higher risk for hemorrhagic stroke. The breaking point is often described as the worst headache of my life. Now let's talk about the fallout. Delayed hospital visits don't just impact survival, they affect independence. According to American hospital discharge data, older adults who delay treatment are more likely to require rehabilitation or long-term care afterward. One postponed decision can change living arrangements permanently. And here's the historical pattern that repeats. For decades, older generations were taught to tough it out. Don't make a fuss. Don't call an ambulance unless it's dramatic. That advice came from a time when medical access was different. Today, early intervention saves lives. The failed fixes are common: taking antacids for chest pain, drinking water for confusion, sleeping off dizziness. These responses feel logical, but after 70, logic must be updated. Here's what you can do starting today. First, pre-decide. Write down the 7 symptoms we discussed. Keep them visible. Tell yourself now that if any appear suddenly, you will seek emergency care. Decision made in advance saves hesitation. Second, review your medications with your doctor. Many emergency symptoms are worsened by drug interactions. The National Council on Aging reports that nearly 80% of older adults take at least one prescription daily. Know your risks. Third, practice the FAST test for stroke and teach it to someone in your household. Seconds matter. Here's the clear warning. Waiting to see if it passes is one of the most dangerous habits adults over 70 carry from earlier decades. Biology does not reward patience during emergencies. And here's something to think about. If your body's alarm system gets quieter with age, what other serious conditions might present differently than you expect? In the next deep dive, we're going to uncover the subtle daily symptoms that look harmless and let signal long-term decline. If this opened your eyes, hit like. Share it with someone you love over 60. Drop a comment telling me which warning sign you didn't realize was urgent. And subscribe so you don't miss the next chapter.